The wait is over. That's interesting. Secrets being revealed. The grand reveal. That's exciting energy. Who's getting revelation in their life? King of Pentacles. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the general energies. Four of Swords reversed. Just flying out here. Three of Pentacles reversed. Queen of Swords upright. Three of Wands reversed. Very interesting. No rest for the wicked, eh? Someone's losing sleep here. Five of Pentacles reversed. 10 of Wands upright. The Hermit. And the Magician at the very end. So we've got the yellows kind of paired up here, which is interesting because today's crystal I pulled out was the Bumblebee Jasper. It seems like manifestation, foundations, proclamations. Ooh, what is proclamation? I'm gonna have to look at proclamation. Hold on. I'm not a dictionary, so I'm gonna have to look that up. Proclamation. Emancipation. What was Emancipation Proclamation? What was that? Thank God for Google. There was no Google. So that was January 28th of 2020. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me pull this up. January 1st, 1863 was the Emancipation Proclamations. New Year's, Revelations, Emancipation Proclamation. It's a cycle. Let's pull this up and read about it for a second so we can all learn a little bit of history for those of us who either studied it and forgot it or never studied it at all. Give it a second for the internet to catch up here. Emancipation Proclamation. So someone's been imprisoned. Oh, as I said that, who was on the bottom of the deck? The Queen of Wands was put in prison. Spiritually, financially, emotionally, someone had captured her. And it has something to do with these energies here. Which, whoever this is, they were forced out of the darkness. No rest. Push, 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 push. The Divine was like, no, you're not going to get away with this. Very interesting. That's too many. Okay, before I go on to the cards in more detail, Emancipation Proclamation. Let's read this real quick. On January 1st, 1863, as the nation approached its third year of bloody civil war, the proclamation declared that all persons held as slaves within the rebellious states are and henceforth shall be free. Despite this expansive wording, the Emancipation Proclamation was limited in many ways. It applied only to the states that had seceded from the United States, leaving slavery untouched in the loyal border states. It also expressly exempted parts of the Confederacy. Most important, the freedom it promised depended upon Union military victory. This is an interesting way. This is about Union. Ironically enough, very interesting. My guides have a sense of humor, apparently. If you go and look at my channeled messages on the Penguin account, you'll see that there's a channeling from Lear, and it's about birds specifically. And there's a painting that I was looking at, and the channeling was that once upon a time there was a planet that was destroyed, and the only creatures that were able to leave the planet were the ones who left in pairs. This is talking about the Emancipation Proclamation in this channeling today. And what's really interesting is it's speaking specifically to the Union. Obviously, the Union and Confederacy, those are real things, but think of channeling, right? Interesting. Very interesting general energy here. You also have the Five of Pentacles reversed, and then the Ten of Wands, the Hermit, and then the Magician. So it's like almost like a restore. These two cards, the Five of Pentacles and Three of Pentacles, look very related. So whatever these people did with their secret closed room contracts to the Queen of Swords wasn't good. It created a lot of burdens, but it didn't stop the manifestation, the moving forward. All right, let's take a look. So the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords are kind of coming out together. So I think these might be the same energy. Let's take a look here. Any other clarifiers? That's way too many. I'll take that one that popped out. All right, let's move these around. Eight of Wands reversed, so no communication. Ten of Cups reversed, Page of Wands, small offer. It's a very interesting pattern here. King of Pentacles reverse. Someone who abuses their money. A lot of players in the ring here, these energies here. It's almost like the Hermit is coming across as like a Merlin type energy. I don't know how many of you guys know about the tale of King Arthur, the Lady of the Lake, Merlin, Guinevere. I think that was her name. Guinevere was like super evil, manipulative, cunning, tricked Arthur. Merlin played a part in all of it and imprisoned the Lady of the Lake because he was in love with her. But the union ended up being between the Lady of the Lake and Arthur later. But there's a lot of players in that whole archetypal story, which is really interesting. I suggest reading about it because it's not usually the one you see in TV. Okay, so back to the general reading here. The Page of Wands is striking me as some sort of child in this case here. Interesting. I need a clarifier on the Ten of Wands here. The Chariot, many burdens, no movement, isolation. I need to figure out how the King of Pentacles is connected to the Three of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles reversed. This smells of kind of manipulation, right? So stopping something, stopping someone's happiness. With the Ten of Cups reversed, Eight of Wands, union blocker. Like that's very interesting. All right, tell us more about the Magician. What is this manifestation piece? Oh, I just saw Ace of Cups just poked out. Yeah, it's making it very challenging to manifest union, which, going back to my earlier comment about leaving in pairs, right? So we talked about the Emancipation Proclamation, the pairs, only the people that were part of the union were able to be declared free. I think that's a very important message. Otherwise they get trapped. Yeah. Refusing love offers. Hearsay. So it seems like, looking at this message, I don't know if you guys relate to this or not. I think for a lot of people that are trying to union with themselves and actualize and ascend, what are we taking for fact that isn't proven? That's hearsay. Where are we grounded in what other people's perceptions and beliefs are, or are we listening to ourselves? Because unioning with ourselves is about coming to the core and feeling whether or not somebody's resonating. No matter who's telling us what, we have to know for ourselves whether something's true or false. When we listen to what other people say about other things we have not witnessed, and we take their word for that, whether that's a friend, a family member, a media, we're being subjected to possible manipulation. It's fine to listen to other people and their opinions and thoughts. The most important thing is, are we checking in with ourselves to see whether it resonates as true or false? And I think a lot of people could use hearing that in a reminder, like, you always know. And if you're interested in honing that skill set, there are plenty of people that have written books about intuition, kinesiology, muscle testing, ways to use your body as a lie detector. Okay. Heartbreak. Okay, who's behind all this? Like, it's a little confusing here, the way the players are. Ace of Wands reverse. It's like a very clear vendetta, but victory. Successful blockage of union? Maybe. Okay, what was that? Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Six of Pentacles, all upright. So looking at this, one of the teachings that I have is I teach that when it comes to spiritual warfare or anything spiritually speaking, equal and opposite energy cannot be created or destroyed in the universe. So when we have people that are oppositional to us, which in theory are manifestations of us, right? There's an equal and opposite energy always present. That's my intuitive spiritual law, right? So when we see these saboteurs trying to ruin things like self-union, self-actualization, the Bowsers of the spiritual battle, right? The thing is for every Bowser, there's a champion on the side, equal and opposite. And our quest, our challenge, right? So God or Satan, right? Satan's your Bowser. God, I don't know what, see Mario, I don't know what he'd be the equivalent of. Which one are we choosing to focus on? That's the illusion of this world. So looking at these cards here, I'm reading the sabotage message. And then at the same time, there's coming through as kind of behind the scenes support. There's charity grounded in work that's coming in swiftly. What's interesting is sometimes I see this as a breadcrumbing card. In this case, I'm seeing it as somebody who's bringing the scales of justice, being like, I'm so sorry this happened to you, let me make it right, even though it's not their mess. All right, any more clarifications on this? I want to look at the Eight of Wands reversed and the Ten of Cups reversed, see if we can get anything on that. King of Cups, yep, reversed. This is an emotionally manipulative masculine energy. So this is answering that question, I believe, in terms of who is the saboteur, who is behind it. It's most likely the King of Cups. And that doesn't have to necessarily be a water sign. It could just be emotionally manipulative, masculine energy. Outcome or directional vector that we need to look at here. Knight of Wands reverse. Passionate, irrational, in and out, not focused. There's something about a car here. So the Chariot could be Cancer, but this is reversed. I'm almost getting like car sabotage as well. Whoever this is not a good person. Like, this is very consciously done and planned. I'm hearing, how dare you achieve greatness? How dare you? Someone's pissed off about someone else's success. And here's that. Hidden under the Four of Pentacles, letting go, is the Ace of Pentacles hiding there right here. And what's interesting is that card was hidden. So despite all this noise, distraction, sabotage, the Ace of Pentacles is still on the board, as is the Six of Wands. Going back to my original point, right, of equal and opposite, so good, bad, for you, against you, whatever side you pick and everything in between, the Ace of Pentacles is still on the board. But it had to be hidden behind the Four of Pentacles reverse, which is very interesting. Now, Four of Pentacles, for you guys who know, this is like someone who holds on to their money. Sometimes in extreme forms can be hoarding it. Sometimes I read the reversal of Four of Pentacles as letting go. I think like tithing, faith and money before logic, sometimes just completely letting go. And the Ace of Pentacles, the true abundance, was hidden under letting go. So there are some secrets at play here. There's a lot of players, a lot of energies. King of Wands ended up with a heartbreak. An unlikely Chariot is what I'm channeling. I feel like I need one more clarifier here to see what else is going on. And I might go to the other deck here in a moment. See if there's any other clarifiers. Okay, so Two of Swords reversed, Five of Cups, so grieving, and Seven of Swords reversed. It's almost like this energy, this corruption, whatever, there's an element of delusion by the people affected, and this could happen on a grand scale. Like, think about a country, a collective waking up to how manipulated they've been, or how many games they've played, and they finally take the blinders off and start feeling, and they start seeing all the corruption and sneakiness. It's like going through 2 years of pandemic to find out that we were just kidding about it, and like there's like a emotional recoil period where it's like, oh, that really did happen to us. We really went through that experience. Like the gaslighting, the funny gas has worn off, and it's like the blinders are off and you're like, wow, that really happened. These people really did these things. They are really capable of doing that much harm and allowing themselves to feel it and process it. It almost looks like we can be naive and ignorant. We don't realize what's on the table until we experience or it's right in our face. It's like, there, you can Google this, but there was like a social experiment done where a presenter would go around and demonstrate this for people, and he'd put a bunch of people up on the stage, give them a basketball, and then he would tell the audience members to count how many times the basketball was passed back and forth. So they start the exercise, they're passing the basketballs, whatever. Wraps up, says, okay, that's enough passing the basketball. Ask the audience members how many times the basketball was passed, 20, 30, whatever. And then he asks, hey, who saw the gorilla across the stage? And people were like, no, there was no gorilla. What are you talking about? Gorilla? Why would a gorilla? That's ridiculous. Nobody said there was going to be a gorilla on the stage. The guy pulls up a video recording of the exact exercise. And in between all the basketball passing, right, all the fancy hand maneuvers, a gorilla walked right across the stage. Clear as day. But because nobody knew to expect that kind of deception, or thought they weren't capable of them, they didn't see it. And that's what this feels like. At the same time, what I'm seeing here, it's like the divine is saying we needed part of that deception to hide the goods. Because in a SHIT basket is actually a secret nugget of gold. And we, even though the enemy thought they were handing us a pile of poo, we used it as a Trojan horse for your blessings in abundance, which is very interesting. Going back to there's equal good and bad. Both forces are always present at all times. It's what we choose to look at, faith or fear. We could look in fear and say, oh, they're sabotaging everything, they're successful. We give our emotional energy and power to that versus saying, you know what? Every weapon formed against me shall make me prosper. Like radical faith, right? So there's two directions. I feel like I need one more card here. And again, this could be as a collective, this could be individual, only you know if it resonates for you. If it doesn't, let it go. Emancipation Proclamation, that's a big seed for this channeling here. Look it up, see what resonates for you, see if there's any messages. You're very welcome. Any other clarifiers? Once we're done here, we're going to break out into the signs and then be open for individual readings. Knight of Cups. I've been feeling this energy coming through, and this could be a job offer, this could be a love offer, a new beginning. Emotional healing. So sometimes we go through some really difficult experiences, and it's not that we want to use people, places, and things as crutches for healing. It's more like sometimes things are divinely timed to create space and safe environments to expand on your healing when you're already putting that foot forward, if that makes sense. So this is a very, and it falls right on top of Five of Cups. Ooh, this is interesting because on a collective, like think national, globally, what this Knight of Cups could present itself as. Last year, I did a channeling about which knight it was going to be selected. It was the Knight of Cups, and I think it was a Knight of Pentacles, maybe. One was about technology and pretending to be like the savior through technology. The other one was through genuine emotional presentation. I don't think this player has shown up on the board yet. I think I know who the Knight of Pentacles from that reading was, but it's interesting that this card's not presenting itself. So the collective is feeling the grieving. And in comes the new person to make space for that. Okay. Any other cards for this reading today? I just saw the Eight of Swords reversed. Going to the Emancipation Proclamation. Now, I'm not sure if this was reversed or not, but I'm assuming the way I flipped it is because this was upright. Shelter from the storm. And it looks like it's something that the angels have coordinated. Refuge. And it's almost weird because it's this is an interesting channel for this card. So this is almost looking like a giant that has fallen, like a giant head that's on the ground after a victory. And I know that's a weird channeling, but it's almost like a Goliath has been defeated. And these two people are celebrating defeating that Goliath. Very interesting. And it's weird because the King of Pentacles came out here, and I'm not very called to read anything on it. It's almost like he's background noise. Whoever that King of Pentacles reversed, it's like, oh, you're background noise. So whatever that person was doing, abusing their power, money, greed, whatever that King of Pentacles was doing, it's almost like meh in the background, like not even interesting. Okay, so let's clear that and let's start looking at the signs